In our previous conversation, we introduced statistics and why it is important. And in this video, we shall be talking about the fundamentals of the statistics, and there are three major fundamentals. Now, first fundamental is the descriptive statistics. We said after you're obtaining your data set, whether it is from your business, whether it is from your research, whether it is from a client, and they gave you a data set, what are the first things that you can do? Descriptive statistics remains very, very important step. Now, you can do analysis to summarize the data set in order to gain meaningful insight. That is descriptive statistics. So for example, you can see this graph on the right hand side. It is showing us a distribution of the data set they have given us. That's what we call a bell curve shape. Now in this bell curve shape, you can be measuring the mean, the median, or the mode of the data set that they have given you. So it tends to indicate a region of central tendency. So it's very important. But descriptive statistics can also be done in a way that you measure the variability between your data sets. Things like obtaining the range, that is the difference between the highest and the lowest point, the variance, the standard deviation, how far away are data points away from the mean. This generally shows the spread of the data points. It's very important for you to do this because if your data set is widely spaced, widely spread, then you may need to do what you call normalization, which we shall cover in future videos. But it's very important to perform some statistical tests after ensuring that your data set is not very, very dispersed, like far apart. In descriptive statistics, you can also measure shape and distributions. Like how is your data set distributed? If you plot it, is it bent to one side or it is in the middle? Now, the distribution that you can measure the plot includes the skew graph, skewness, test for skewness, or test for kurtosis. Now, you can present these things in a graphical format. And down below here, we can see so many graphical formats that we have presented in here. From the left-hand side, we have the tabular presentation, pie chart, bar chart, scatter plot, histogram, box and whisker plot, and then lastly, we have our skewness plot, our kurtosis plot. And we can see that plateautic in red, that shows that it's almost from a word plateau, like it's almost flat, like flat. It is not raised up. Can be mesochatic, meso from the word middle, meaning it is intermediate, and then leptochatic, that one are data set that do have very high variance between them. So you find that values or data points with very high values are also available. So it tends to form that kurtosis, that tall head. So it's very important to find out descriptive statistics, because if you know how your data is distributed, you can then be able to know whether should you do some normalization, should you do some elimination, or should you do any kind of transformation that you may need to do on your data set. But that alone does not give you or does not allow you to draw conclusion on your data set. Therefore, it is important to perform what you call the inferential statistics, that is drawing conclusion on your data set. Now, if you're interested in knowing how you can draw conclusion, then watch the next video on the screen for you to learn more about the inferential statistics.